Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Isid.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes in the van, phone in hand, BMX track in the foreign land. Dex missed his flight, it's late, I don't know why we're late to the gate. And bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and rider hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Boona, it's a too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The body is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with Euro lines. We're all whistle, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the date, y'all.
Late to the Gate podcast, we're back, and we still haven't played the jingle beforehand, which we probably should have done. One day we will.
It's in our head.
I was thinking actually, I found the AI app that we used to create it, so I thought we should start to create some different versions. We should probably try and make a Christmas version or something like that. But that's on the back burner. Yeah, I'm going to see if
we need to remix it, like Fred again.
We could do that. We could do
5.
that. We'll have an experiment.
There was a kid in Australia who actually used it on one of his reels.
He did, which means he must have been able to access it from Instagram, you would think.
Oh, you can. You can. I used it as a story, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, still haven't got paid.
One day. Surely we
haven't got paid. All right. Well, it's been a few weeks since the last one, but not loads of weeks. What's happened since? In the comments, a little bit quiet, but one of the regulars, Taylor Andrews, in there. He was loving talking about the beer months. He was loving talking about Booter's Plumbing. He also jumped in with some ideas for some things he wanted to hear us talk about, which is really good. There's going to be a little bit of prep and a little bit of thinking required to make those segments work because they're quite deep. But I really like the idea of that, and I like the idea of anyone doing it. Yeah. Well, we'll manage it. We'll manage it.
Talk for yourself.
So that's good. Good to hear him in. Kev Brown's back in the comments. He really didn't enjoy the last episode at all. He had no interest in Booter's Plumbing, and he doesn't go at the modern day races. But we haven't lost him as a viewer. He's still going to be there. He says he's in for the long haul, but I think he just wants to hear a bit about stuff that isn't happening right now, which he can listen by the pool in Spain.
We're going to go there, aren't we? We're going to throw some old school stuff out. We're going to have a throwback section.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So that's where we were from a comments perspective. The big news of the week is that Reidy died, but God sent him back. He did die, and God sent him back. He had a bit of a mishap in a restaurant, and he followed that white light up the tunnel. I think he got as far as the pearly gates of heaven, probably quoted St. Peter on a respray, and they said, no, Reidy, your time on earth is not done. They need you, which I, for one, I'm really, really pleased about.
It's great news.
I'd have been gutted if we'd have lost Reidy. He loves BMX so much. He loves BMX. Some people go to BMX for loads of different reasons. He just loves it. He just loves riding, loves racing. Bang! And he's still with us. And in all seriousness, that couldn't be better news. But you've spoken to him, haven't you, Sean, on text?
Yeah, I texted him just to make sure that he didn't take my Facebook message the wrong way because I told him to chew his food. But it's good. It's good to. I'm glad he's back home. He's back home. He's resting up. So big scare, but we're glad he's all right. On to the next season. It's got a bit hilly now, isn't he?
Yeah. Are they up in the same age groups now?
Second chance.
Yeah,
a second chance to beat him.
Yeah, we love Reidy. Glad to see it. Must have been scary, so glad to see him back.
Reidy's a legend, isn't he? Like I've done a world trip with him, and he's a funny guy. he's definitely ADHD like myself. And he's a bit nuts, but that's what we like. He makes a Euro trip. He lives for them.
Was that the big one which you went in the green caddy and Kichi was there as well?
We had Kichi there. It was Rotterdam. Yeah, it was a big crew of us. Although we've done a few, like we did Dessel as well. all wedged in like Ewan's camper in and around there. That was a good one.
Class.
You came to that one actually, Peter.
Yeah, Zolder
yeah.
one of the Zolders, 2015. I think he camped with us.
Like Zolder, not Dessel.
Just a lads trip. The thing is with Reidy, is like he doesn't age in both his riding and his attitude. He's just got that infectious attitude, hasn't he? Like he's just so fun to be about. Yeah, great.
I used to call him the Dilf. He's the BMX. He's the original BMX Dilf.
Oh, he's a cracking looking lad.
He is. He doesn't age in the way he looks either. The funny thing is, you talk about having a scare like this, and then you come back and you live life differently, having had that scare. I think he was living it to 110% anyway. Perfect role model for that.
Change it. Yeah.
So, Reidy, best wishes from us. I'm glad you're still with us.
Big time.
All right, have we got some corrections from our comments?
I've got a few corrections. Yeah, obviously, old man's up south a lot. He jumped on this fish on, but I said like I don't think there's a criteria. Apparently, there is a criteria, and everyone did qualify. So well done. And there was a few people at it. Obviously, they get dispensation for Euro rounds, which I'm all for. I like that. It's tough, isn't it? Because some regions don't do that and some regions do. So it's like, what is the right solution there? Because people can't race every single weekend. So I apologise, South people. And I'll tell you what, I did miss out. I missed out a shout out to James Clitheroe and his old man, to be fair. One of our podcasts, we were talking about long seats. I don't think I've told you this actually, guys. We were talking about long seats. And the fact that I've not got a long seat. He gave me a long seat post and radio seat post. He goes, I've got something for you. There you go. Here's a radio seat post and seat. So you can do your warm-up and cool-downs. So it's like a legend. Like,
that is nice of him. Will you use it, though? Because that requires the effort of changing it over.
Well, I did use it at the Brits. Obviously, just before the final, they gave me it. So I had a quick up and down on it.
So that seat post came out of your frame? That seat post wasn't seized in your frame?
Oh, no, it wasn't seized in.
Not a chance. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I took an hammer, got the sledgehammer on it.
got Sawzall on it.
Got it out, did a warm-up, got a podium. All thanks to the Clitheroes. So shout out to the Clitheroes.
Shout out. Maybe technically the first podcast sponsor.
But technically, yeah. I mean, you guys haven't gained anything from that. But
got nothing from it.
Apologise.
It's fine.
I mean, I don't know how much long seat posts are, but it can't have been cheap.
They're pretty expensive, I think. They're niche. They don't sell a lot of them to people outside of BMX.
I mean, yeah. Thanks for that, guys. I appreciate it, the Clitheroes. I've got a lot of time for Clitheroe. And we didn't really say anything about the younger age groups. He won the Brits as well, didn't he? So, and he's only young. He's only 15 in that junior men category.
Is he?
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Fair play the youth.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Any
and he's
other
got a
corrections?
big deal now, isn't he, for a Chase, isn't he? He's on Chase.
We should talk about transfers as they come up, and fair play to the Berm, because I think they've started a transfer window section on their website, which is really good. And it's pretty exciting hearing people where they're coming and going.
I like it. It's almost bringing the football kind of thing. Transfer deadline day is massive, isn't it, in football? And it was just like last week. And then I like the BMX side of things. I mean, BMX Hype, we keep tagging him in, and he'll put a BMX Hype transfer in. I like it.
I saw something on the socials this morning. BMX Hype's got some new riders coming.
We've got the Joneses. They're Leicester based, so they've come from the Lutterworth Cycling Centre team to BMX Hype. Obviously, we've kept Donald. We've got Goody back, myself, and two more are going to be announced tomorrow morning.
Are the two more getting
a scoop?
Yeah,
you know,
who's it going to be?
Because
you may as well have the scoop because you're going to publish it before this pod goes out, surely.
Potentially.
Well,
not.
I can hold this back anyway.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. Because they've told their rider. You can have a. Yeah, go on. We'll have an exclusive, shall we?
Exclusive.
I've got the Dowson brothers. So Charlie Dowson has just won the British Champs this year. So he's leaving Crucial to come to BMX Hype. And little brother's coming with him. He's only 5, but he's a sick little rider. And I do believe he'll be racing Milo.
Oh, there you go.
Brilliant.
Welcome to the Dowson brothers then, and try not to upset Milo.
Oh, it's easy to upset Milo.
Yeah, good
so
to
that's
hear.
a big deal. I know the socials were going, is Chris and Lawrence coming back? But the answer was no. It's the Dowson brothers.
No, the silhouette was too skinny to be Chris.
Does Chris still show his faces at the race? It's been probably 6 months since I've spoken to him.
Yeah, he was at the Brits.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we got loose at the Brits. And that's the only one he's done this year. Last year he was fully committed with his with Louis racing and his stepson Teddy. They were both in, but they've now parted ways and gone like football, I think.
That's always the way. Quite often it kind of tempts a few kids away.
Yeah. Louis is a decent footballer, though.
Louis done well, hasn't he? Yeah, I was just about to say that. So, yeah, shout out to him.
On that, let's take Louis back from the Brits. So I got absolutely hammered at the Brits at the after party. Reidy went off with the kids in the morning because she drove separately. And I just basically packed the caravan up and just drove. Didn't even like empty toilets or anything because I just couldn't be bothered. I was so hanging. And just as I'm about to, honestly, I regretted it the next weekend when I thought, oh shit, I'm not empty that toilet. But as I'm about to pull out, I get a phone call off this random number. So I answer it, which I regret because it was Louis. My dad's gone home, like he's left me here. Can you drop me to Luton? I'm like, yeah, okay, but I feel a bit rough. Just don't really talk. And if you've never met Louis, the kid does not shut up. He talks at me the whole drive.
So hang on a minute here, Sean. Let's double down on how Chris has left his son at a race.
Well, Chris. Louis turned up on the Friday night without any camping ticket or anything. Like, he's like, I'm here, I'm camping, basically. And Chris only come for the Sunday and then went home on the Sunday.
Okay,
whereas Louis stayed with his mates, but then had no way of getting back.
I get it.
So I was like, well, what would you have done if I didn't take you home? I don't know.
He'd have found a way. You always find a way at that age. What age is he?
Yeah, 17.
Yeah, you always find a way. Any more corrections? I know I have to do a correction on the audio to video sync up. I had a problem again last episode, which I fixed on Spotify, but I didn't fix on YouTube. So for our YouTube viewers, I apologize. It was just too hard basket. You got to delete the video and then re-upload it, and I didn't have the time to do it, so it's still wrong on YouTube, but it's fixed on Spotify. And thanks again to Spotify's help, because I pinged them and they started looking at it. I don't think they fixed the source problem, but they managed to fix the file for me. I have no idea why it happened. I think it's random. I think it's just because it's so advanced. Sometimes you get that problem.
You didn't want to delete the YouTube video because we'd lose them 7 views, won't you?
Yeah, we would. We would have lost them. I think it's had about 22 views by now.
I rate the people that actually have time to sit down and watch us for an hour on YouTube. I'm all for them.
It's great. I think it's better to watch it on Spotify, but it just depends what user interface you like. I know Kichi watches it. He puts it on the big TV, probably while I was watching his dinner. Yeah.
That's madness, isn't it?
Fantastic. We love Kichi.
I love Kichi. He was another one that was on the Reidy lads trip, weren't he?
Yeah. He's a good lad.
Yeah, he loved it. Right, that's it. What else? Racing?
There was a bit, wasn't there? The longest track in the world, Czech Republic.
We've had the BMXer Euro Cup, yeah. So that's one thing to talk on, I guess. So the Euro Cup season's ended.
It looked a good track.
I think I really like the look of the track. 5 and 8 metre hills, big second straight. Seemed to be catching a few riders out. Looked good from a championship rider point of view. Some decent GB performances.
GB, yeah. I don't know how travelled it was.
But
yeah,
I was just about to say that.
There.
It's probably a little bit of an odd timing, isn't it? You know, you get that lull after the Worlds. A lot of people, if they're going to do an Argentina trip, may have started to just consolidate their travel a bit and just do Argentina. But it was good. It was good. Good to see a few results in there. Freya back,
smashed it
and smashing it. Yeah, I don't know, Sean. Do you want to lead a bit of a race review? Shout out some
obviously, Freya won both days. I think, was it a Grand Prix again?
Yeah, she did say that because I think she'd said on one of the motos that she'd had a crash.
You can only beat what's in front of you.
Yeah,
you can only
Junior
race
men on the topic
gate.
of crashes. Bloody Cornish on the floor again, rolling round, wasn't
he? Yeah,
but good to see him back.
But good to see him on day 2.
He's had a bit of a break.
Yeah,
had a bit of a break, didn't he?
Putting him on, second on day 3, at day 2. Sorry, that was a class lap. Held his nerve on the first straight.
Not far off the world champ, was he?
Hanging on to the world champ. I think he did the second straight, the best he'd done all weekend.
Yeah.
So when did he crash on the Saturday? Did he crash in a semi or in the final?
No, he made the final. So 3GB in the final on the Saturday. We had Harry Tanner, Cornish, and Jared Hill made Jared Hill. That's another one.
Hill this time.
Oh my God, yeah. We probably should say sorry about that because I said Kyle Hill, didn't I? And 2 in 1 out actually messaged me saying Kyle Hill, his hill time was just a bit faster than the 12-year-old cruisers. So he was nowhere near the king of the hill. So sorry, Jared, on that. And I know the hills all listen, to be
I'm
fair.
sure they arm
So,
wrestled that one out. I'm
Yeah.
looking at the overall standings off the back of all the European Cups then. So Cornish came second in the entire standings,
okay.
which is a really good result. And there's a chunk of people that did all the rounds, and then you start to get into people that missed quite a few of the rounds. But that's a great result. Harry Tanner was third.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Well, he
Criddle
crashed
seventh.
with Cornish. Them two both
Did
went
he?
down in that final, yeah. Because
Jared
Tanner
Hill,
was
15th.
macking through that second straight. He was pulling through people, and then he just went for a move that weren't really there. And a few of them went down.
Them lads
Yeah.
are like big chunks out of each other at nationals, and then are doing Euro junior rounds. Like that is a good fleet of riders, isn't it? Criddle, Tanner, Cornish, Hill. Now they're like battle hardened. Like I feel like, Cornish and Tanner, they've had enough crashes to last them the whole career. Tanner winning a Euro Cup, Cornish doing, podiums, Criddle in the world's mains, Hill getting up in there in the mains. I think that's got to be a good sign, hasn't it? Going into U23.
I like how travelled they have been. Like, it's nice to see GB doing like almost a full season in Euro Cups. It's perfect. It's probably, for BC, it's a cheaper way to get them that experience they need off 8 meters and big races without going to World Cups and because obviously there's no junior in World Cups. But yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah, track time in hard track time as well. So that's really, really, really good full standing results.
Under 23 women then, here's one. I don't know if you've seen this final. On the day one, I think there was like Bax, Sienna Harvey were both in it. In the crowd, someone did the
No.
I heard it.
No.
So if you go and watch it back, and Bax goes over the gate, but it wasn't because of that. I think it put a lot of people off, and then they just lost their rhythm kind of thing. I mean, it wasn't as bad as, what's his name, Cameron Reed's one up in Scotland, where
class.
actually that went viral.
I'm sorry. The kid.
Oh
Do you know what?
my
I'm going
God.
to do a social media check-in on that one because that one was doing millions and millions of views, wasn't it?
That went up.
That was like, that's
But
probably done more for BMX's profile this year than anything.
I've been sent that 25 times, I'd say, from people not in the BMX that know me from Leicester and around there. Go, oh, have you seen this? I'm like, yeah. Look,
40, it's got 14 million likes.
14
I don't
million.
actually know how to
14.
how to look at it. 1-4. I don't actually know how to see how many views it's had. Oh,
Send it on to our group
You
chat.
ready for
I've not
this?
seen that.
you ready for this?
Yeah.
Go on.
514 million views. That's had half a
Jeez.
billion views. You
It
know,
was on
I'll put
just
I'll
bait
put
and
it in the
everything,
group chat.
weren't it? Yeah, that went big.
Basically, a kid behind the gate that's not going to focus.
Yeah.
A kid behind the gate mimics the cadence as Cameron's on the gate. And Cameron just goes straight over. And
Obviously,
his
we know
immediate
that-
reaction is to shout, I'm sorry.
We need to find that kid.
Yeah.
Can we find that kid? I want.
Yeah, get him on
we
the
need
pod.
to know who that is.
But it
I think
could
it's
be
a girl.
haunted him forever.
I'm
Yeah,
sure it's a
I
girl.
don't know. It could be a girl.
Sounds like a girl's voice.
But that's had 500 million views. Is that the most viewed BMX racing clip of all time?
That's not a bad shout.
It's got to be.
I'll take that away for research for the next part.
Yeah.
Most
You're
viral BMX moment, BMX racing moment at least.
That was good. And if you haven't seen that, where's that? Is that on Cameron's
That's
Instagram?
on Cameron's Insta, and he's got 60,000 followers thanks to that. So if you know of a more viral moment, maybe Reidy Warden crashing at Braintree, or
That was viral,
is
but I
there
don't
any
think
others
it's got
that can like
500
really?
million.
I know it's not going to compare, is it?
Yeah, that was too early in the days. The AD Warden crash at Braintree, front flip, broken ribs, was pre-social media
Kinda
blow-up
was.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the clip, and I know Rich Eames, I think, has got the clip on his Facebook. It must have been filmed on a Nokia 5110.
Yeah.
I posted it on BMX Hype's Facebook page, and I don't think we had an Instagram at that point, so it'd have been, it's a while back. But yeah, that's big, wasn't it? Well done,
let's hope
Cameron.
the
He's
kid that
actually
did
got
that
3
cadence
times more
recovers.
followers then than Ross Cullen.
It's unreal.
Just saying,
Yeah.
just from going over the gate.
Well,
Well,
you never know. You've got to do these viral things now and then.
Let me put this out there. There is riders now that are better at social media than racing, and they have a bigger following because of social media than their results would dictate.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there is a bit of science behind maintaining a better social media presence for a better career.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really
I
is.
agree with that.
Do you remember Natasha Bradley that used to race BMX?
The name rings a bell.
Yeah, same.
Probably about 10 years ago. So she's big in the MTB massive gaps scene right now. Legit, really,
I
really.
know
good.
who
I've
she
seen
is.
this. I do know
This
you
is the
are.
clip.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So she's unbelievable rider, and I think she might have relocated herself to New Zealand. And at the Magaza Big Gaps session,
Yeah.
she had the fantastic brainwave of hitting those gaps topless, and
Yeah.
she's at 64,500 followers.
Did you know that she launched an OnlyFans for the uncut version of that video?
I did not know that.
So I haven't subscribed before you say, Sean, but
Bullshit.
she put the video on. So she changed the caption. She saw the opportunity, so put the Instagram video on blurred, and obviously it went wild. And then dropped the link in the bio for
Brilliant.
the uncut version and sold it. And I'm thinking, do you know what? Yeah, go on, you do that. Like, own it, because
Fair
if
play.
the video's like going to go out there, at least sort of own the copyright to it. And if you're comfortable with bearing that, then wicked. But I'd love to hear how much that earned, or if it did like get some sort of following behind it.
Yeah, if anyone knows Natasha, get her to reach out. We'll get her on in the off season. She can talk about her marketing strategy.
And we'll all be topless.
Yeah, and see if we can spread it to the BMX racing space.
Quality.
Sean, you won't get any subscribers, mate.
No, that's right. I'm repping the Jets. NFL season's back.
Let's go,
I'm
Jets.
repping the Jets.
Egg chasing.
We
I
lost
have this
again.
strange feeling, but I can't work out who it was. I'm sure someone's hit the BMX track in their underpants at some point. I'm sure they have.
So, I remember from early days, Rob Indry, God rest his soul. Rob Indry, when I was a kid, we was at Coppell National. And it might have even been the Grands, actually, when they used to do the Grands, like 95, 96, or it might have been a National. I feel like it'd be a bit later than that, because I'd have been 8. He did a lap in a miniskirt, just a miniskirt, like a little tutu. And I can't remember the reasons why, but I just remember he was a bit mad, and he just thought it'd be good to do a lap in a miniskirt.
Why not? Why not?
Couples seem to get a lot of weird things happening. Like we had the 2 policemen, didn't we? Race
That's
at
a
Couple
classic.
as well.
That's
PC
a
Pain.
classic.
PC Pain.
Tell you what I do remember, it's not pants or anything like that, but Rob Indry reminded me of this, with him having the memorial at Cheddar. Do you remember, there's another one as well, actually, the Pisers. Do you remember Mark and Aidan Piser?
Yes. Yeah.
And Hoppy, Nigel Hopkinson. They raced in suits, full tie, tweed jackets, everything. And that was a good memory. That was like a Brits or something like that. I don't want to get this wrong, Sean, but one of the Pisers passed away, didn't they? I can't remember which one that is.
Yeah, I can't remember
Feeling
which one.
sensitive
No.
to not say which one it is, but that was a good memory, and it was definitely Hoppy as well, and it was like full on tweed suit in a mane. Yeah, I thought it was wicked, flapping jacket and everything.
Yeah, I think stuff like that's great. And then on the, wearing non-BMX clothes on the BMX track, I remember, and I never went out, I just used to pick this up from social media, but I think it was Flemdog and Ivesy and Russ Hanlon. They used to go out round the town in Blackpool in full BMX kit.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah,
once
Blackpool.
a year they did it.
They used to have the helmets on
Flemdog.
and everything, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Was that a stag do or something? Or was that
I don't know, I thought they did it more
a
than
yearly
once.
think that was
thing.
a
It was
day-
an annual
a day
thing.
out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was.
I see what it could have been. Wasn't it like, it's not their lights on parade, is it? Where they ride the BMX, they ride the prom on their BMXs and then they go
I
out.
have no idea. This just looked like they were on a night out in the pub.
Why not?
Sounds like them.
Someone
Yeah,
on
never-
breakfast.
Yeah,
Bring
Russ
it back.
Hanlon and Gaz and stuff like that.
Just on back to Coppell and the police video and other videos. So when I was getting back into BMX and having been out the sport for a while, and this is about 2007, 2008, you're just consuming everything you can to learn because the sport had moved on so much from the 80s to the 2000s. So I was searching videos left, right and centre. And one of the videos that I always remember, so I got to see Booter loads of times before I even met him. And one of them is him getting off the field in Coppell in the mud in his Golf, and there was caravans trying to get off. I think you there was a white Astra van, so you must have been involved trying to get off. But
That was me. Yeah.
That was Sean's van.
Boo was one of the stars on the show trying to get his Golf off because I don't think you got it off.
No, I didn't. We stayed behind and we tried to take a bit of a side route to it. Who was it that put that video on, Sean?
It was. I'm sure it's by videos. I tell
Was
you
it
who
was it Gav
it-
Foster? Yeah.
I feel like it's Gab Foster, and you had Rich Eames commentating people getting off. You had someone holding the phone like it was an old like Samsung that had the gate cadence thing. You'd flash your lights, they would then do the cadence. It would say, right, is ready to watch the game? And then you just floor it and try and get off. And the cars were like sliding around trying to get off. But then you had the skip next to it as well because everyone was obviously camping. So all that, so you'd sliding towards a skip trying to get some kind of traction to get off. In the end, I think I spun the car and just went round and managed to get up the hill to get off the other way in the end. But you got stuck.
I did.
Because you've actually got long hair in that video because you pull the window down and stick your head out. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I've got that video somewhere. I need to find that actually.
That's like 18-year-old doer. So me and Sean, this is funny actually. If we're okay going off on a tangent,
I mean, we're halfway through the check results.
Do you think we're not going back to check, are we? But this is the feedback, Sean, that you've had, haven't you? Going to like the races, that generally people like the fact that we just go off on tangents and talk about old shit from back in the day. Anyway, that couple trip was 2007. And it rained all weekend. It was one of them badly attended couples nationals where there was about 250, 300 riders. Sean and I turned up Friday night. Nobody else had camped because it was raining so bad, and we just camped in the car park, didn't we?
We jumped in the back of my Astra van, didn't we? In the end, we thought we ain't putting the tent up.
Yeah, and
because you had one of them thin one skin tents that you just throw up in the air and it popped up, and you thought if you're going to put this down, it's just going to flood.
It's just going to.
So we just slept in the back of the van,
and that was the night we went across to the Allison Arms. Do you remember that?
Yeah. There's nothing else to do. Let's go to the pub.
The pub across the road, as you turned into Coppell, obviously everyone knows it, the Alley Arms, the Allison Arms. And again, it was a Friday night, and this is bizarre now because this won't sound right to people who go to nationals nowadays, where nobody camped from BMX. So we went over to the pub, and there was a pub quiz on. So they're starting to do the pub quiz, and we're
pretty good
giving
at
it
pub
the
quizzes. We thought,
we thought, we'll get in here, we'll get a team name, okay, BMXers. We're talking it up, saying this place is going to be rammed tomorrow, and nobody showed up to the national because it was just so wet. And we sat and
you said
there'll be bus loads here tomorrow, trying to wangle a deal, get us on £2 pints or something. We'll bring everyone in tomorrow. You'll sell out tomorrow. And Sean and I thought, we'll get involved in this pub quiz. We'll get on quite well here, little village. The first question: Greek mythology. In the year 4500 BC, and we had no idea. We finished last, didn't we? The fellow was taking a mick, wasn't he?
Yeah. He stood next to us in the end and gave us loads of the answers, and we still finished last.
Yeah, these two students, we're in there with the 56-year-old flat cap wearing, whippet racing, typical lank. There was a cockles guy came in selling cockles.
Oh, yeah. I felt like we'd gone back
cockles from Morecambe Bay.
It was weird. It was like an episode of Emmerdale or something, because it was like proper village life. So everyone just knew each other. Everyone was drinking mild, everyone's on the bitter. And me and Sean are going in like, can we get a Jaeger bomb?
We got smashed, to be fair.
Yeah. To be fair, trying to get back
because I felt ropey the next day to try and race that national. Luckily, hardly anyone turned up, so it weren't too bad.
Yeah,
couple.
Classic one.
That couple national though. So obviously that's Friday. Saturday we race, and then the Saturday night, because it's still hammering it down. Everyone's ditched their tents by this point, and the pop-up tents are big at this point. They're like everyone's bought one. In the end, everyone was just taking a 20-meter run up, diving into the tent and seeing how far you could slide it across the floor. And then just no one would be sleeping in them tents. And then obviously the Sunday night comes, you've got the car racing to get off the field. It was just a complete washout, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
No, it's like a Glastonbury mudfest, when people are belly sliding down the hills. But yeah, again, I wouldn't change it. And it's always been a memory, and people, it's still up there on YouTube somewhere, I'm sure.
It's still up there. You can find it. All right. Well, we did go on a massive tangent. Before we move off Czech, we should probably talk about Bella May winning the series for elite women, which is a pretty big deal, coming all the way from Australia and just solid throughout the year. And she missed a couple of rounds. And when you look at the solid chunk of people at the top of the rankings that did all the rounds, or a lot of them, there's some heavy hitters in there. Michelle Vissinu's probably been one of the most exciting riders I've seen this year. got third overall in all year round. So shout out to Bella for getting first in that. Some big names in there.
Can someone not from Europe win the Euro Series then?
They definitely can.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I've noticed Bella has GB flags on her shirt, didn't she, as well?
She does,
anyone
and I'm
notice
just
that?
not sure it's just a Be Strong thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because she's definitely
might-
down as an Oz rider on the sheets.
Yeah.
Well,
She
you're
is.
gonna have to be on
She
here.
got announced from Australia, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, you're going to
but
have to
like
be for your license.
The Czech youth, he's got the Czech flag on his shoulder on a Be Strong top. So I'd like to know the reason behind that. I'm sure he'll slide into the DMs again.
Yeah.
But I noticed Smulders was there, Classens was there, so there was a big contingency there.
Yeah.
I mean, Classens is riding the 65 plate for the LP, I'd imagine.
Sure, and she's been riding that for a long time. I know we'd had that conversation, but I realised
she's
why
always
it
been
felt
wearing
different.
single digits.
Exactly, because she's had 2 and then missed a year, and then she's been on 2 again. So like it's been
But
a
she
bit weird
doesn't
for
want
it
to
to-
race. I mean, she made the final, didn't she, at Copenhagen? But I suppose she's going to race the 65 this year.
On that subject, very briefly, I noticed that Beth's had some new jerseys made, and she's going to Argentina. Some new rainbows,
Yes,
and she's
seen that.
and at least the jersey is 911. So is she sticking with
okay.
that brand and not running a 1, or are they just for show? And she won't run a 1 because I know with the UCI your jersey has to match the plate, doesn't it?
She might be signing a few and throwing them out. Who knows?
That maybe that is the case, and maybe that's just for like branding. And she's had a few jerseys, but she put that on socials today.
Good spot.
So good to see the world champs still going out and doing World Cups. They're the other side of the world.
Have you found an entry list? Because I haven't for Argentina.
We found one from about 3 years ago.
Yeah,
I started getting excited,
one.
didn't I? Because it had all the French field in
Yeah.
it. Tell you what, I will tap away for just a second.
Yeah, I've tried. I couldn't find one, not yet. But BMX doesn't make it easy to find entry lists or results lists. You know, you're searching through PDFs. We'll talk about the Pump Track World Championships now. I found the results for them, but that's not easy. There's a PDF for gold, and there's a PDF for silver, and there's a PDF for bronze. But then if you look at the PDF for gold, I think it's got all the results in there anyway. So it's just super complicated.
That must be a UCI thing. They love a PDF,
involved.
don't they?
They love a PDF. They love a PDF, and I'm looking at one now.
Before we do World Pump Race, can we just, again, go back to Czech? I know we keep going all around the world from Koppel to Czech Republic. But Dyer won both dates in Elite Man, which shows that his Worlds was not a fluke, was it? Like, in terms of his performance. Because he's pulling.
He's pulling. His first straight's outstanding.
But he's like, there's big names in there. Like, Brink's in there. Shotman was in there.
Yeah,
Like,
Rago Richard, Euro champ. I think with Dyer, what I've seen is he seems to get like a good 1. Like to the crest, he's maybe got a bit of a pet. He's got a bit of a gain, and then he hits the first jump. And I think his torque at high cadence, he seems to get away from him when he's at 150 RPM. He must do a lot of downhill sprints or car sprints or something because he seems to be able to pull at the top end. And it's impressive. I'm thinking, wow, okay. Are we starting? If we said this, didn't we, in Copenhagen, that there's
I just thought it was home advantage though.
Yeah, but there was enough riders. There was Sardag. There was Marcus Leth in the younger class, but there's enough riders that they could have a bit of a generation because it's been a long time since you've seen any
didn't he? Yeah.
I can't see it.
Danes might be. We've got a new Thurkiston.
To
Kilston. That's the one.
Morton.
Yeah. The
Training.
banana shoes.
Yeah.
That's Kelvin Beatty era. That's how long it's been since a Danish guy has been. We're talking like 2010, 2009, aren't we? 2009. What the fuck's that? 2009.
Yeah. But yeah.
Been a while.
2009 feels like yesterday, but we're more than 15 years away from that now.
I mean, 2009, I was still at university.
I think about it.
Everyone's getting older. Booter had a birthday this week, and we speculated on numbers. And like, where's the time going? So happy birthday to Booter.
This is it. Like, we're old school now.
I've started
Not relevant, are we?
moisturising, guys. That's how old I've got. I've started moisturising.
I've tried all that nonsense, and I'm not the kind of person that can fit into that routine. So I just don't do it.
I don't know. What a stressful job I've got, and These kids are a nightmare.
I know all those weeks holidays leave is really stressful as well.
It's only 13 weeks a year.
You've
Not
only been
enough.
back a week, man.
I'm counting. Me and him were counting before we came on here. We're like, right, we only got 5.5 weeks till we go on our holiday.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Sean and I go on Lanzarote in October. Not just Sean
Again,
and I, obviously.
you've got
families
loads
and
of
wives.
holidays.
Yeah.
Me and Booter, we go abroad more than me and Booter go abroad together more than what we go abroad with the missus is more.
So is it a lads trip to Lanzarote or is it a couples trip?
No.
No, the family are all going.
No, we got the villa we had a couple of years ago. So stoked, can't wait. It's been raining in the UK hard, Dex. So it's time.
Right, let's take that excitement off Booter. Pump track,
yeah, because we know Booter loves it. It's a rainbow jersey, and we called the
that's
winner.
what I'll start with actually. So I don't mind a pump track world because I think the group chats have been going crazy trying to like incriminate me with my sort of miserable stance on it. The event's fine. It's more eyes on BMX. Weirdly, it's classed as a mountain bike event because it's part of the mountain bike worlds. Did you notice that? So they're classing it as part of the mountain bike worlds as a mountain bike event. So downhill, cross country, marathon, etc. That type of thing. Cool UCI event. It's just the jersey thing. I think it irks me somewhat that you have that they go in the same category as a rainbow jersey in BMX racing, which is what 2 in 1 out said. But then they went in hard.
People were jumping on.
They bit hard
because
because
hooks. Get your hook out.
Yeah, there it is. There we go. Do you know what? The event is cool. I'm not sure about nose strips for a 20-second lap where you don't pedal. Do you need the opening up of the nostrils? I don't mind
we've got to be
it.
careful because Eddie listens to this. He told me
we love Eddie, by the way.
Well,
Big
and we
fan of
called him
Eddie.
as the winner. We knew, and he did.
Anyway, and I said Sabina Koskova, so they both won. So absolute worthy winners, cool podiums, kind of cool event. Love how it gives it more eyes on the sport.
I'm not sure about the shorts. The shorts don't do it for me, Eddie. You need to switch that up. I feel like, I don't know, it just doesn't look right, does it? Shorts with the nose
But it's
strip.
flats, isn't it? It's flats. It's no gloves.
Yeah,
you can kind of
true.
do what you want. It's a bit like a.
Yeah.
It's a bit
I'm
like
not saying
a,
you should be in full race kit. I'm not saying that.
No.
I don't know.
Have
what
you ever
the
tried
solution
those
would be.
nose strips?
Yeah,
No.
I've actually got some in this drawer
Yeah.
here. Shall
I
we wear?
bought some
You
little-
should just come on wearing them, shouldn't we?
I bought some little ones for the little one because she's a mouth breather. She refuses to wear them, so they're kid sizes. But I thought, I'll give it a go. So they don't really fit me. They're a bit small. But I tell you what, they make a big difference when you're sleeping. So and I've not tried them for sport, but I would now.
So since our group chat's been going off about these nose strips, I keep getting on my Instagram just like these magnet ones. They pull the nostril comes out.
So I can't
just
see the
mad.
point in those, and I tell you the reason for why is if you get a stick-on nose strip, you have to stick it on your nose. If you get a magnet nose strip, you have to stick on the patches that the magnet's attached to. So I'm like, I'm still sticking stuff on. And not only am I sticking stuff on, I'm sticking one little thing here and one little thing here, and then I'm plugging the thing in the magnet. So I'm like, I can't see the point in the magnet ones.
Do you know what? I will concede, because I'm very politically correct, that if you have like a deviated septum, or if your nose is just naturally genetically a bit narrow, and you've got bad allergies or whatever, then they do a good job. I've got some, and because I'm a big heifer, when I go out running, if I do wear them, which is like 10% of the time, they do a better job of getting airflow in. But I think you've just got to be at the end of... Yeah, but it's not
For
aerobic,
long
is
distance.
it? Yeah, it's not an aerobic activity.
This is 40 seconds, high intensity.
20
you
seconds.
do your breathing. Well, yeah, I mean, for that. I mean, there's some people are even doing it in racing now. But you do your breathing at the end.
Well, maybe it's good for recovery.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at us. Can I really have an opinion on world champs' nose attire?
Everyone can have an opinion. Everyone can.
I know, and I do. I like Eddie, so I'm not going to knock him.
Yeah.
I need to see
What
the
I do
science
like
behind the nose strips.
What I do enjoy about the pump tracks, is the qualification on the day. So as you go through the rounds, you get to do a run, and then there's a period of time where you can just rock up and do a jam style lap time. So let's say you're in the round of 8. I think that's what they call it, even though there's 8 riders. It's not like an eighth. So the 8 riders will do lap. So the slowest qualified will go first and then get to the fastest. And then there's this period of time where if you're in the relegation zone, you can choose to ride again and you can knock someone out. So even if you're if they're taking through 4 or they take through 6, for example, and 2 drop out, you can choose, I had a bit of a bobble there and I can up my lap time to get a better seeding time. That's kind of cool. I think that's very good. It's not just one and done. You can go and do it. It's like a jam would happen at freestyle, where if you felt like you had a better run in you could go and do it.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Make a day out of it.
Did you watch the whole thing then, Peter?
No, I didn't. I'll be honest.
I'll be honest. I didn't see any of it other than what the Instagram has shown me.
I only saw Eddie's win. Interesting to see a few names from back in the day cropping up. You know, good riders that perhaps aren't at the top end of racing right now, but they're still legit riders. You know, looking through the list, Tommy Zula from US. You know, Tommy kind of blew up a few years ago with some really, really good riding skills and some really good edits and edits. Nobody calls them edits anymore. Really good edits that Tommy was putting out. He was there, and then Neil Spensing was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7th.
Yeah, well, Bensing won it 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So he's got some skin in the game, and I don't know if I'm right here. I think he may work for Velo Solutions,
right,
or be some sort of rep or something in that, because he lives in Canada now. But there's some riders in there.
Yeah,
and there's some pump track specialists. You know, the girl who finished second, she's won twice, but I'm not sure if she races BMX, but she rides
Niederhausen.
Niederhausen, yeah.
So the qualification, you know how people get like the ticket in qualification, like they do the local areas, don't they?
Yeah.
Is that all paid for then? Or do you still have to fund yourself to get there?
That's a good question.
Don't know.
Yeah, because they do global qualifiers, don't they?
Yeah, and everyone keeps going on about, I've got the ticket to the Worlds, like it's paid for, which if that is the case, who's putting that money up? That's pretty cool. If that is, obviously no one's getting a ticket to BMX, are they?
What I would say is that in years past, the event would seem like it would take care of the riders. They seem to stay together. So the riders that are competing would go and do an event at a school or something like that. So I'd imagine there's something, I'm not sure you're contract bound by it, but if you enter, you maybe are the guest of the event, or you get your accommodation for free if you just fly in. I'm not 100%.
Yeah, if I was guessing, I'd say you get the ticket to the event, free to compete, maybe accommodation and part of some village, but you're probably paying your own travel to get there. But it'd be interesting to know. Maybe Eddie can tell us.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll drop in. But I bet people like Eddie would be getting paid to go there anyway, because obviously he's a big name to get in the mix, isn't he? Only person to do it twice as well.
Well, Dex called it last time and said that the event itself has been good to Eddie. You know, he's got several medals in it now, a couple of silvers and a bronze or something like that. So he's
one then.
The big name.
Did you think so you're against the rainbow jersey? You like the event, but you don't like the jersey.
I've got a very strong opinion on the rainbow. I think it's so prestigious, and
what about the time trial? Was you okay with that?
I don't know. I need more time to think about that.
At the time, I hated time trial, but I love it.
Yeah,
I love the idea of having it.
Preface this with is, I chat with Liam at the Worlds, and he was saying, put it in front of people's faces, make a 2 straight BMX event, like
that one in Tokyo.
Yeah, we can chat about that one. I'm for making more events. I'm just probably too old school and too much of a purist to take it too far away from a regular BMX track. 8 people on a hill doing it. Because if you then made a first straight champion or a straight rhythm champion, has that got as much pull and prestige as a racing world champ? So the same way as a pump, has it got as much pull and prestige? I think it's the rainbow. If you were a world champion, pump champion, and you got a 10 grand check, amazing. I think it's the rainbow, the part for me that carries the prestige. Because once you've got a rainbow, you are a world champ for life, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that might be the old
swinging it for me.
Yeah,
is you can't have countless rainbows, and so the fact that more events is cool. So let's have Feel the Rhythm, let's have Pump Track, let's talk about Red Bull Revolution. But you can't have rainbows for all these things. So I think I'm
But do you know
kind
what,
of
though?
erring back,
Is
going, not too
like
many rainbows.
I like that athletics, you can go to an Olympics, or swimming, you can go to an Olympics and you can win 5, 6 gold medals like that.
I agree.
Like Michael Phelps, if you think about
Swimming,
that, what a
I was
hero,
about to say swimming,
legend. I like the idea that BMX or cycling, I mean, the velodrome's the same. You could go and compete in 4 or 5 different events. Why can't BMX be the same? Why can't you be like on the same Olympics, have 3 gold medals? In whether that be
Well, you could win
race,
2, freestyle and racing.
Yeah, that's true.
You could win 2 if you're
Bring
that
back
good at the
Cruiser
multidiscipline.
bring back Cruiser at the Olympics. There you go.
Cruiser Elite was the one. I mean,
So this is
they brought it
the
back at
argument.
this-
It's
they-
like, if you want to make another medal event, which one is the worst evil? Pump track, first straight, time trial, or Cruiser?
Cruiser Elite was the one.
Cruiser's
I loved
closer
watching that.
to true BMX, isn't it?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
us. But
They brought it
I'm
back at the South Champs at what's he called?
the
Southwest
Welsh,
Champs.
the Welsh champs, wasn't it? Or Southwest champs, yeah.
Oh, was it the Welsh Champ? I think it was a bit of both. I feel like that was on the Saturday, the Southwest, and then on the Sunday it was the Welsh Champs. But yeah, Super Cruiser or Cruiser Elite or whatever they called it was back.
Well, that's great.
tell you what,
It was for cash as well. People were
Yeah.
borrowing.
Oh, Eddie
Cruisers left, right,
won
and centre.
big. I know Eddie won big. He didn't win the Cruiser, but he won. They put up some cash up in Cardiff, so fair play to them.
Yeah.
For the cruiser aficionado, and I spent more time on 24-inch wheels than 20, it's really good to watch elites on it because it makes them ride different. So it looks different. If you're watching a pro elite race and you're sat there in the stands and you watch the outlines and the silhouettes and the way they're shaping their bikes around the whole track, put them on a cruiser and it looks different. And then that's exciting to see it looking different.
Well, Kelvin Baker was a bit of a cruiser specialist when it came to elite. Like he would be top. It would be top 3 every time.
Randy Stumfhauser won
Randy,
World's Elite Cruiser titles about 18 times in a row.
yeah.
Right, I've got
Bring
the
it back.
solution. I've got the solution.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, scrap Pump Track Worlds. Pad out because we know, Sean, from the World Championships, that the World Championships championship days are short. So they're like 2 hours one day, 2 hours the next day. Pad out the program combine it all. Pump track on the world's track on a cruiser. So it's 24
Yes, here
pump
we go.
world champ. Cruiser
People
pump
going over the
world
bars
champ.
all over the place.
And it can't be a rainbow jersey. It's got to be like some other colours.
A
Green
vest.
and yellow jersey. Yeah.
You get
You-
wide
you can-
beater.
You can wear, instead of it being a white rainbow jersey, it's a slightly different colour or something like that. But it has to be on a cruiser and it has to be a pump lap. And I'd expect Michael Bias to win it every year. There you go. There's the solution.
Job done. Sign us up at UCR.
Yeah. And then the other event that we could do is a backwards lap. And then we could do
Backwards lap. Yeah. When's the last time you did a pump lap?
I love a pump lap.
When's the last
Most of
time
my
you did a
motos.
pump lap race? When's the last time you did a pump lap race?
Probably crew when I butchered myself.
I'm going back 10 years last time, but I tell you what, there's not a lot you can do for pure 30, 40, 60 seconds of fun and laughing than a pump track race with your
It's
mates.
overlooked, isn't it? The old no
Yeah.
chain race.
We always did it with chains, but no one really cheated.
No,
There's no
we're
point
pretty
because
good
Ash
at that.
Davey always won.
Yeah, Andy
He
did.
always won.
So next year, Brisbane,
Yeah.
Dex, you've got the late to the gate, Pump 24 World Champ. I think we should get that on a trademark. Create a rainbow, present it to the UCI. Said, right, in your downtime, this is going to be the new rainbow.
Yeah, let's do a little prezzo for him. We'll build up a proposition and we'll email it to him, and then we can
We need
run it
flights
on the
out
day.
there though.
I'll start putting the deck together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I reckon you're pretty good at PowerPoint.
I'll make the jersey.
Yeah, spell the names right.
All right,
Yeah.
so there we go with pump track. And interestingly enough, I saw Eddie's dad pulling a really nice full manual round pump track today on the socials. So it's in the blood. He's still got it.
Yeah. He was
He's still got
excited, weren't he? He was doing it was like watching a football manager like going up for an header. He was doing every pump.
Oh yeah, everyone. Someone got Michael in the crowd, and it genuinely seems like he was doing it. He was on a croggy. He was on the stump page on the back of Eddie's bike because every single hit he was up and down like
Yeah. All
Hey, I
for
want to
it.
do
Respect.
some statistical analysis, but we can't do it on the fly because because I'm an idiot. BMX bikes versus DJ bikes. I'd love to know out of the top 10, top 20, who was on a 20-inch BMX and who was on a DJ, because I wonder if one bike's more conducive to it than another. You know, not taking everything else into equality. Which bike's better?
Do know that Ben Sink was the last one on a mountain bike. And I think that might have been at the stage of 8 riders.
So everyone else
quite
was
heavily
20
outweighed BMX. But then again, I don't know how many entrants were BMX to mountain bike. And also, that track was very short. It was only 20 seconds. Yeah. Some of them are quite long. It actually had, we can talk about this, it actually had a choice maker. It actually had a pro straight, technically, with 3 lines.
Oh, okay.
You could do 3 different lines. And it looked pretty good. That the outer line was a little bit, had less undulations, but it meant that you went out a little bit. The inner line was obviously quite deep.
I didn't know that.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I honestly, I would get lost round a pump track because it's kind of weird when you watch them go around and go, "Where's the start? Where's the finish?" They've done it twice. I get confused.
There was a few tracks back in the day that used to have the decision makers, didn't they? Like half of it would be a tabletop, half would be like a triple.
Cheddar Second Straight used to have a table and a double.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
So you go triple step up, double.
Oh yeah, it was a double and a table, wasn't it?
And then there was a double and a table split.
And
in
the
the
double was on the inside. So if you wanted the inside, you'd have to like pop the double or manual the double. Whereas the table, you could just like nose tap and get a better like landing into it.
Yeah.
That wasn't there all the time though. Did they change that before the?
That was Mark 1 maybe.
Yeah.
Cheddar Mark 1.
I never rode
the best one.
Yeah,
that was the best one because that had the four doubles on the third straight as well. Yeah,
I love a downhill track. I love a track with a downhill, just a downhill gradient cut into a hillside. Cheddar, Crew, Hartlepool. Which are the others?
Chesterfield.
Never rode
Chesterfield. Yeah, has to be.
That was quick, wasn't it?
Chesterfield.
We was talking about this with my parents the other day. Right? So Chesterfield, the old Chesterfield, used to be 3 straights. You'd go down that first straight, and where you'd have the 90 to come all the way back, it never used to. At 180 to come all the way back, it never used to. You used to do a 90, and you'd head straight to the trees, and it used to go through the trees, off a bumhole, and you'd finish down at the lake, all the way down there. It was fast and to the point.
I think I remember seeing videos of that because my first national was Chesterfield, and I think it was relatively new, like 2001. The modern version of Chesterfield, 2001. That was.
Obviously, I used to race there in like '92 when I was like 4, and someone died. Someone died on the track because they went off the bomber and hit a tree. And back then, health and safety weren't a big thing. They decided for the racing going forward, they'd just put a mattress on it. Like that's going to. There was just a mattress wrapped around the tree, and on bungee cords. That's it. Yeah,
different world.
Savers.
There's a picture from Chesterfield. I think it's Chesterfield, and it's a great picture. And it's Cruiser, and it's Pete Butler. And I don't know if you've ever you would never race Pete Butler, like completely too far apart. But he's off his head when he races. He's 100% tunnel vision. He only thinks about the finish line. He doesn't care about anything that's in front of him. And there's a picture of him landing on top of Sutty. So Sutty's going over a jump.
Yes.
And Pete Butler's on top of him with his chain ring resting on Sutty's shoulder. Yes. It's a brilliant picture, and I'm sure it's Chesterfield.
Yeah.
Will Buck did the same on the big double out of the first corner of the new build. Just sent it and just landed on the back of someone. I'm sure it was like Ollie Fountain, or it might have been Robbie Goodman. Like, it just landed clean on him. Scraped down his back. They were the days. Don't see that anymore, do you?
Do you not?
I think that jump was shaped like a dirt jump, though, wasn't it? So you would send you up, and then like early days at least before it sort of settled.
Still was. Like last time I raced, I think when I was in the black BMX hype kit, I jumped it and saw no part of the landing. Just landed flat bottom on it.
Just that first turn was one of the. Is that like the fastest first turn that you could hit, couldn't it?
I would say that corner and Burnham second corner was scary because Burnham's, you weren't going fast at it, but it was so tight and so banked, you just whiz round it. It's like the wall of death. Yeah, 2 good corners there.
So we've talked about all the racing I think that's happened. We know we've got Argentina coming up probably before the next time we meet. But we haven't found an entry list.
No, there's no entry list. No, I was just thinking that, we could probably eke out an Argentina episode next time and put some focus really into some of what I think people are liking to listen to, which is just shit talk about the old days. So maybe we'll do an old days some prep on this.
We need to do the Taylor Andrews one. Do we tell the people what the thing is on? Maybe they can come up with their own first.
Yeah, go on then. You say what he sent in, Sean.
Yeah, and I want people to come up with their own as well.
Taylor Andrews, BMX dad now. Well, he's not even a BMX dad because he hasn't raced since he's been a dad. He's probably massive now, isn't he? He's become a dad. He's probably put a bit of timber on. It's all right. We all go through it, Taylor. Playing golf. I don't know if he is anymore.
Thinking about buying football. A cruiser.
We'll probably get cruiser days.
Probably start running at some point. That's when the midlife crisis really starts.
Yeah.
Booter was showing me his running shoes out here for the holiday. Bad times.
This is what I like now, Dex.
I tell you what though about running shoes, and I never thought I'd be a runner, but there's two good things about it. One, you can get the spangliest running shoes, and they're a quarter of the cost of a BMX. And then two, you can just put your shoes on and leave the house, and you're back without getting in trouble with the missus.
That's the benefit, isn't it? Let's face it.
What, not getting in trouble?
Well, just
it's not as
exciting. Doing an hour, and that's good.
Yeah, it's not as exciting. Right. Well, what's Taylor's? What does Taylor want us to do?
Taylor messages, didn't he? He basically wants us to discuss our ultimate top 8 people we'd put in a final together. What's the race we would want to see and the reasons why? So which 8 are going from any era? Who's the 8 riders that we're putting in there? Why would it be such a good race between them all? Obviously, we're not going to go through it now. But if anyone else wants to get involved in that, that's what we'll put that on the next episode.
Yeah, I want to actually think about that. I want to plan it. Think who that would be.
I feel like I could write a thesis on that.
I feel like mine would be very heavily French from all genres. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd hit a lot of French eras, that's for sure. But yeah, we'll see.
And then it'd be interesting to actually say how that race would unfold.
Oh, God, yeah.
So here's my 8 that I'm going to put on the gate, and then here's what's going to happen. Over the first jump into the first turn, this person's going to do this because they stereotypically did this over this point in time. I think that's a really, really good one.
We like that.
I think you're going to
suggestions come in.
Yeah, you're going to have the most detail in it, which is good because I know mine's going to be light on.
I'll go into the heaviest amount of detail. I'll tell you what them people had for breakfast that day. Caelan Young, there's an old Caelan Young interview where he goes, "I could tell you how the earth tasted that day," as he's like describing the race. It's like I'm pretty good. I think Cal Strickland would be even better because he'd be able to say, whatever race, 2006 Leapman World Titles, World Championships, I could reel off the top 8. He'd be able to tell me what the commentators were saying at each point in the track. He's that good.
Yeah, you two know the most. You teach GCSE BMX then, don't you, Sean?
It's on the spec. We don't teach it in school because we don't have a facility of it. But if we had a track in school, we would be teaching it. But
so is there a written component? Would there be a thesis on the perfect race as part of it?
No, honestly, mate, when you read the GCSE spec, I don't know who's written it, to be fair. It's got to be some form of British Cycle or some coach. But there's things on the spec that the kids have to do that I've never even heard of. So like a BMX slide. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I messaged Bloomy and Kyle and said, what is this? And we sat and tried to work it out. In the end, I think we came to a conclusion it was a skid. But why the hell you'd need to do a skid on a BMX race it's not the best spec. It's very easy though for the BMX GCSE kids who were going to do it to get full marks, because I gave my 2 kids full marks and they'd done a few regionals basically. Because if the examiner wants to come and argue with me about why they're not full marks, I'm quite happy to argue that how they got full marks on that spec. So
well, it's a good way of bumping up your grade point average or equivalent.
We did. We did well last year, guys.
Well, we've hit an hour.
Don't change that.
What else do we want to talk about? We're getting towards the end of this episode. I think, somewhere between hour and 15 is a sweet spot.
Did we finish check?
I don't know that we did. We can go back to it.
I'm not forced. No.
I think we were finishing on, Sean. You were talking about U23. Bax and Harvey were in the main. I think to summarise, generally, really good GB showing.
Gilston he got second actually, didn't he?
Gilston had
Matty
a great
Gilston.
lap. Really good to see Gilston in there.
Smashed the fuck out of the second straight though, didn't he? Rimmed the hell out of the second straight and still managed to keep hold of a second. So fair play.
I quite like the way that Gilston rides a bike. He's quite aggressive. I think he's got a really low front end. He seems to really pump the hell out of everything. Good showings. Good showing for the
future. We hitting a strong time for UK racing? Are we in a bit of a golden era? Is it as good as it's been for a while?
I would say we are. Especially with like Ross, and if we get Ross firing how he should be, and if Kai comes back from injury hungry, I think we're in with junior men coming through as well. I think we're in a good point.
I think it's quite easy to say that it's the strongest it's ever been.
The women are going to dominate for the next 5 years.
Oh, can I shout something out? Yeah. Elsa won the freestyle world event.
She did.
So based on Elsa. World number 2 junior women in racing went to the French freestyle World Cup. I want to call it. I think it was FISA.
No, it's the World Champs. Was it not the World Champs?
I believe so. No. Anyway, she won it. So shout out to Elsa Randall-Todd.
I watched the run. I went and watched it actually.
I feel like I should have prepared that one, but I just shouted it out because I thought about it.
I watched the run. She did this massive transfer that no one else was doing. Literally drops in, huge transfer.
Wicked.
You can see the BMX in her, that's for sure. The racing in her.
Yeah. But yeah, I would 100% say strongest generation ever.
Yeah, massive achievement that as well.
Brilliant. There's one more thing we could mention.
Yeah, do it.
Do we mention it though? Do we talk about it? It's out there in the open now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we should talk about it, and without going. We're not the kind of podcast. This isn't 60 minutes, but we've had a sauce pop in the sport, and
sauce pop. I love that.
It's pretty big on. It's pretty big. Well, it's not massive on the socials actually. Tim March got stuck into it, but I've not seen it everywhere, and it happens. It will not be the only person in the sport. I'm certain of that.
When was our last sauce pop? So to speak.
I think the thing is people just go quiet, don't they?
Yeah, Australia had done in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Pretty
and
sure
also there's so many different levels of it, isn't there? So there's fully proven, definitely took a banned substance or a masking agent of some sort. Then there's missed a test, didn't update the, what's it called? Where am I?
Whereabouts.
Yeah, whereabouts. And then there's like the sort of appeal process that can take months and years, and you could be then acquitted, and then you've missed a year of racing,
and your name's ruined by that point.
It is unfortunate that if you are serving some sort of suspension, you are almost guilty until proven innocent.
It's a 6-year ban, though. It's a big old ban, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's exogenous testosterone, wasn't it? But then also some anabolics came up in the test, I think, if I read it right. The interesting thing is, the interesting thing is, right, and I don't know how prevalent this is, but I'm of an age where I'm going to start slathering up soon. I'm going to start looking at exogenous testosterone, and just because of the age I am, right? Well, if I was competing, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be the only 50-plusser on exogenous testosterone. There's probably more 50-plussers sourcing than the elites.
You have to watch the Worlds and see people on the cruisers going mad.
Oh, well.
Sauce.
I
you know exactly what I'm on about.
Yeah. No, to be fair, 100% Dex, because you've got 50-plussers, and at that age they struggle to keep muscle tone and size and energy, and you see some of them and you think, could you be natural? I'm not sure.
Yeah, madness. Key is, though, don't win the race, guys. If you're sourcing, don't win. You'll never get tested. Job done.
I'll just wait till he's 50-plusser.
As soon as he won, he got tested. Game over.
It's like, the guy who's funding this enhanced games, the enhanced Olympics.
Yes. I'm into this.
It's a really interesting concept, isn't it? Like, take you, Sean, because you can still ride a BMX. Right. At this point in time, at 37 years old, if you were given a team of medical experts and every source under the sun, how good do you think you could get?
I'll probably win the rainbow jersey on the old pump.
No, you win the first straight because
in 24.
There's a point that your skills wouldn't keep up with the power that you'd be able to generate. It is funny that at what point do you cross the line? If we had an enhanced class in the Worlds,
the enhanced
anyone
games
could
is
enter
good though.
and open.
More and more people are getting into this. Like, they're quite happy to do the steroids and everything else to up their game for this enhanced game, because it's all done scientifically, isn't it? It's all done properly. It's safe, apparently. It's safe, and it's all increments at the right kind of levels. I still don't agree with it. I can't stand sourcing. Like,
I know I can't.
Coming over the line, knowing that you sourced, it can't feel good.
I'm a big road cycling fan, as everyone knows, and it's just it's not clean in road cycling. There's definitely blood doping and stem cell doping and things like that because of the money involved. That is all detectable. That is 100% fact. But it's completely unethical, and why would you do it? Going back to that enhanced games, though, I'd like to see a 100-meter sprinter break 9 seconds. I think that would be the best thing ever. That would be incredible to watch. I mean, they might not make 50, but for a spectator, it'd be wicked.
Yeah,
I think what they should
all
do
over the gaff.
For the enhanced games, there should be a BMX class, and it should be, here's the rules. You can do anything. You can source anything you want, and you can spend a full year sourcing and getting ready for it. But here's what you have to do: got to ride an 80s BMX on 80s geometry, and you've got to ride flats, but fully sourced, and you've got to ride it on the equivalent of the London Olympics track.
Yeah,
with the nose strip on.
And a nose strip and shorts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on, finish there. Fund it. Speak to you all in the comments.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
See you next time.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, late to the gate and racing out of lane 8. Your men, Dex, Boota and Issy.
Riders ready, watch the gate.
Bikes in the van, phone in hand, BMX track in a foreign land. Dex missed his flight, it's late. I don't know why we're late to the gate. And bikes, we ride all night. Euro trips and rider hype. From nationals to car park chats, we chase that dream in new era caps. Sugar daddies in the VIP. BMX moms still faster than me. Dex and Buddha, it's a too. Talking trash, we ride it true. Baggy jeans and studded belts. The party is chaos, nothing else. Clips or flats, deadlifts or squats. Still arguing like it means a lot. Crank it up to 99. UK tracks with your lines. We're always slow, we talk a lot, but for real, this is all we've got. Late to the day, y'all.